Hi, and welcome to another VanHack talent case study. I'm Ilya, and today I'm really excited to be joined by Greg Smith from Thinkific, who just hired two senior Ruby on Rails developers with VanHack talent in the last couple months. Hi, Greg. How are you?
Great, Ilya. Thanks for having me on.
My pleasure. Thanks for working with us. And please, before we get into it, can you tell us a little about yourself and your background?
Yeah, sure. Well, my background created an online course about 10 years ago, and that's led to the company I'm doing right now, which is Thinkific. We've been doing this for about 5 years as a software platform that makes it easier for people to create and launch online courses. And prior to that, a couple of other technology businesses, including, and then even prior to that, my career was as a corporate and securities lawyer.
Cool, super diverse. So tell us a little more about Thinkific. How many people do you guys have? What kind of hiring needs do you have?
We are 25 right now, and I think we have 9 or 10 open positions that we're hiring for. So pretty active on the hiring side. I think we've brought on we're bringing on sort of one person a week right now. So pretty aggressive growth, and just looking to constantly add amazing people to the team.
Wow, that's incredible. So how are you managing finding talent? We get so many roles to fill. How are you feeling about, or what are some solutions, or how is your experience with us?
Yeah, lots of different avenues. On the development side, though, that's a tough one. As you know, just there's being in Vancouver and lots of other places. I've got friends in everywhere from San Francisco to Bay Area to Toronto, and a bunch of different cities, and a lot of places with a shortage on the dev side. So especially in Vancouver, finding senior developers is difficult. And even you often get people coming in with junior developer experience saying they're intermediate, or intermediate experience saying that they're senior. And so there is even a perception or expectations issue there. But even just finding anyone with a senior experience here is difficult. So finding finding you and being introduced to you was really amazing for us. And it's actually changed our whole product team quite a bit, just bringing on some of the people that you've referred to us.
Oh, that's great to hear. Can you talk a little bit about who you were able to hire, Savio and Vinicius? How was your experience with them?
Excellent. Yeah. So Vinicius hasn't started yet. Savio's here. And then we've had some other good experiences with you as well. But just honestly, the quality of everyone that we've interviewed, the great thing is I've gone from interviewing a small number of people and thinking to myself, it's maybe not a great fit, but we desperately need a developer, to interviewing a ton of people and feeling like I have the ability to pick and choose from an amazing pool of candidates. Like almost everyone I've talked to through you has been really, a difficult decision in a great way, and that the interviews have gone amazingly well, and their ability as well, and they speak really intelligently. So I did have some doubts about hiring remotely, but it's gone really, really well.
That's great. And again, it's the senior Ruby on Rails developers, right? Maybe talk a little about the tech stack that you guys are using, so people have an idea of the type of talent that we have.
So we are Ruby on Rails with a lot of Amber. We're more of the opinion that if you're a very strong senior developer, so we recently hired a senior developer who had no experience with Ruby on Rails. And so they've come in and totally hit the ground running, learning the stack that we're using, because you never know, you may switch technology in the future. So the fact that someone can come in, has a strong development background, usually they can pick up new technologies pretty quickly. So I haven't been too focused on making sure that they have that specific tech stack, but working with you, we've actually been able to find people who have everything. They have the strength and the skills, and they've worked with the stack. So that's been good, just because there's such a broad talent pool. I've even been able to find people who have domain expertise in online education, which is pretty crazy to find someone who's got experience with our tech stack, senior developer, and domain expertise in online courses and online education. It's sort of like the perfect fit there.
That's cool. Yeah, really exciting. Yeah. Awesome. So maybe what tips do you have for someone who's looking to hire developers, isn't sure how to go about it, or maybe he's kind of thinking of hiring from abroad? What would you kind of say to yourself maybe in 3 months ago before you found us, or just in general?
Well, you just straight out of the gate now, this is what I tell everybody I bump into who's looking for help, is just to call you and use VanHack and Ilya. So yeah, cool. That's actually what I'm telling people. But then getting a little bit more into that, I did have a little bit of reluctance around hiring remotely, just not understanding the visa process and how that would all work. That's actually turned out to be a lot easier than expected. And in fact, that document that you sent over to me was really helpful on that side of things, of just getting a better understanding and diving into that and making sure that that was possible. The time frame was a lot faster than I expected. You look at the time frame. The government sites typically say about 4 months from starting to actually having the person start work, but we found for us it's been a lot shorter, more like 2 months, just because we had a lot of the first 2 months in that process we're already doing, which is advertising and looking for people locally. And if you can show that you've been doing that anyway, then you really accelerate that timeline. But even so, 4 months is not terrible for a timeline for bringing in great people. So I would just say, take a look. If you're even thinking about it, take a look at it. And maybe if you have that document to share about some of the stuff they should be doing in the early days around advertising and looking for candidates locally so that they can demonstrate that they've done that to go and hire remotely. That's a great place.
Awesome. That's really great to hear, Greg. And yeah, if anyone is interested, just go to vanhack.com/employers and you can download our guide to navigating the LMIA process. Fantastic, Greg. Thanks so much. Really appreciate your support, and hopefully we can keep finding you amazing talent.
Yeah, everything looks good so far. So I know you sent over a few more recently, and definitely look into some of those. And I'd say the other thing is just the way that I found out about you was about the perfect way. So hopefully me sharing this with people as a kind of testimonial for you, if you will, is it convinces a few other people to try it out. I found out about you through a couple of other CEOs running their own companies who'd used you and hired remotely through VanHack and had great experiences with it. So it's kind of the best way to find out about it, to have someone personally share and say, I've had great experiences with this. And, for me, I initially Waffle's like, oh, should I share this amazing resource of finding talent with others? But, partly you just want to help everybody out. But also I think it's actually really good for our community here, because the more of this great talent that we bring in that starts circulating around, maybe they come in, and then it just starts to build that overall community over the long run here in Vancouver. And then on top of that, I think that it creates that opportunity to train up junior developers, actually have more senior people on, then you can actually bring in some more junior and intermediate people and have them perform better because they actually have senior mentors to help them out with things. So it's on a whole bunch of fronts. I think it's so much better for the community and for your company.
Yeah, I couldn't have said it better myself. That's exactly our goal, is to bring in top talent that then creates more jobs and helps support the community. So exactly what we're trying to do. Awesome, Greg. Thanks again. And if you're hiring, if you're looking to find talent, just send me an email, ilya@vanhack.com, or go to vanhack.com/employers and fill out the contact form there, and we'll be in touch. Cool. Thanks, Greg. Cheers.
Thank you.